Just got a ride down the street from that nice guy. I had had enough. I had been there too long. It's time to get back on the PCT. It is Friday night, so I got in Tuesday morning, about 10:30, 11. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a little over 3 days, but technically Wednesday, Thursday, zeros, and Tuesday was a half day, light day. Today will be a Nero. I'm just gonna hike as far as I can. There's a few spots near a couple of rivers. I don't think I'm gonna go more than 4, 5, 6 miles. It's about 5 o'clock, so I don't think I'm gonna hike past 7 or 8. Just kind of new all day. I was either going to leave tonight and go a few miles and spend the night on trail just to get back on trail, to almost give myself a foothold, so to speak, rather than spend the night at camp at Kennedy Meadows General Store and not get a good night's sleep or just get a late start. I have 6 solid days worth of food, maybe a little bit more. I don't know how long it's going to take. Other people are going to Kearsarge Pass to get into Bishop. I know it's possible, but there's just so much logistics. You can also go to Independence. So I got to the point where I couldn't think about it anymore. Just wanted to get back on trail. It's really hard to explain. But also the people. Some new people were filtering in today. Some people I haven't seen in a while, and people started asking, how long you been here? You know, kind of giving me the self-conscious vibe, I've been here too long, and I haven't. That place is a actual vortex. It's the first time I've ever felt like I really vortexed. I've heard about it, I know the term. I spent as much time in Mojave. I just literally didn't hike 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I hiked in Tuesday, spent Wednesday and Thursday, most of the day Friday. I didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't want to spend the night. I'm good one-on-one. I'm not good with groups. There are large groups of people that just make me feel like a leper. And, you know, I talked to some of the people in the group individually and hit it off with them, but, you know, I'm not fitting in with any group. So no sense in waiting until tomorrow to hike out with people. There's some cool people hiking out tomorrow. Some cool people already hiked out ahead of me. I just have to wrap my mind around I'm a solo hiker. And if I bump into people near the passes and the water crossings and we go across in numbers because it's safer, so be it. That's smart. That's what I want. In Mission Creek, I tried to stick around people because I thought it would be safer, and it just didn't work out like that. Got a bunch of new stuff. I bought the Bullet and bought a new pair of trekking poles, even though I probably could have replaced the tips on my other ones. 2 Foot Adventures didn't have the right tips, and I never went down the street to Triple Crown Outfitters or Grumpy's. So I spent $100 on these rather than $20 for the wrong tips. I spent about $70 or $80 for my old trekking poles, so, you know, it's my first pair of trekking poles, and the tips just got worn down all of a sudden in 3 days. So new trekking poles. I got a piece of whatchamacallit, tieback from somebody for a new tent footprint. It's not the right size, but it fits enough. It fits where I sleep, about 2/3 of underneath my tent. So we'll see if it works, if I have an issue, if it rains. I got my ice axe. It's back there somewhere. Obviously my bear can. There's the ice axe. My bear can was Peg Legs in 2021. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's going to be the first woman to border-to-border Triple Crown. That's pretty cool. So I feel like that was meant to be when I saw Peg Leg on my bear can that I borrowed from Outside J. I appreciate that. I have micro spikes. Gonna try to sim at Whitney. What else did I get? I got a new pair of Ingenie toe liners. And there's a couple things I didn't get. I didn't get rain pants. I didn't get another pair of warmer socks, waterproof to hike in, or just warmer socks to sleep in. I have my ripped pair of Darn Tough that I'll be sleeping in. I have my ripped terrain pants and my ripped dance pants. You know, I was gonna add a mesh base layer, but they didn't have the one I wanted and they were kind of expensive. I should have gone down to Triple Crown Outfitter, just never worked out. I got a new pillow because my old pillow leaked and I had to fill it up 3-4 times a night, so I'm hoping that helps me sleep better. These guys are car camping. I mean, I've only gone a couple of miles, but this is all it's been, is just flat, loose sand. What I absolutely hate and what I grew sick of, but at least it's not going up. The pack feels great for what it's worth. I can't remember if I mentioned, the pack weighs 35 pounds with no water, so I have a little less than a liter now. There's quite a bit of water for the first day tomorrow, so I don't think I'll carry more than a liter or 2 heading into camp. But I don't know what it weighed. The pack felt heavier the week heading into Kennedy Meadows South with heavy water carries in the heat going up and down hills, but on flat level ground, 35-pound pack with the bear can, ice axe, and micro spikes feels pretty good. I got rid of just a few things, obviously my old trekking poles, 6-foot USB to C cord, or USB-C to C, whatever it is, and the bottle holder, shoulder strap, and I don't know if I got rid of anything else, but I was trying to cut weight where I could. Got the registers. Somebody's using it as a hiker box for their canoe. That's not what it's for. Well, maybe I shouldn't have come back on the trail. I almost just got bitten by a rattlesnake. I can't even tell you how close I got to it. I can't even tell you what I was thinking about. I was just daydreaming. I just found this gorgeous little spot. 0.3 away from the first water crossing. It's just 6 o'clock though, and this is where I hate myself because I want to have everything all at once, and that's not how it works. You don't get to have everything, but I'm totally willing to walk another hour, which would be like 2 miles. So the first water access is 0.3, and then there's another 1.3, and you know, I don't mind walking till like 7, even 7:30, so I can get like another 3 miles. But that's like an ideal spot, up away from the water, wind protection, looked pretty flat. I just met that great guy Adam. It was so nice to talk to him. That's what I needed. That's what I've been looking for, and the truth is, it's all around me. You just have to realize it and accept it. But he had said, protect your peace. And someone else had said that to me at Kennedy Meadows General Store. Like, I really think that has to be my theme through the Sierras, is protect your peace. You know, and just learning. I'm not everyone's flavor. I just have to be happy with the people who I meet who get me, whether it's 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 or 6 people. But it was so cool to talk to him. He gave me a little coconut water. He said he was out of water because he put it in his radiator. I filtered some water for him and filled up his probably liter of coconut water container. But he was a great guy. He was out here fishing, walking southbound on the trail back to the campground. So the bugs are out. People were spraying their gear down with permethrin in camp the last few days. And somebody offered me some. I just wasn't ready to. Not that I'm opposed to it. I have before. I might suffer for a week and I might do it in Bishop. For now I can hear them, but they're not so bad. I've got the sleeping pad back on the bottom of my pack, I found either an older model or a very similar strap, and I was able to replace the buckle that I broke. So I have 2 straps now. It's a loose fit. I might have to readjust the way that I have them lined up because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it off the bottom if I'm going through some rough foliage and I'm not paying attention. But it's on there for now. I just had to adjust it once today. As long as I cinch it up pretty tight, I think the only thing that would knock it off is, like I said, going through narrow passages where the branches of trees are just batting at it, which happens up top and it will happen at the bottom. So I gotta be aware of it. That being said, I'm having a hard time loosening this one up. But having this thing on the bottom of the pack actually makes it hard to get the pack to sit up so I can offload it like this. But anyway, just felt like it was important to get back out on the trail. I hiked 5 miles today. So the Sherman Pass Road is 5 miles from here. And I just wanted to, trail's right there, 25, 50 feet. I just wanted to, this is a little excess food, snacks for tomorrow. I just wanted to be on the trail. I didn't want to be at camp again for the night. I felt like some new people rolled in. They're probably going to zero. They're going to be loud. They were singing, playing guitar. I felt like last night new people were in. If they're going to zero, they had a campfire. I have a hard time falling asleep anyway. I just went over to the campfire to socialize because I figured they were in my section. You know, I was just going to lay in bed, listen to them talk around the campfire anyway. So might as well join them. And I was gonna hike out tomorrow morning, but I'm not getting any sleep in camp tonight, and you can't threaten people to be quiet with your ice axe. So I just figured it was better to get on trail. And I think I made the right choice. So I've got new MSG Groundhog 10 spikes along with my Bear Can Ice Axe micro spikes. And then I think that's it. The new Ingenie toe sock liners. So I'm going to get in my tent because the bugs are eating me alive because I did not spray my gear down with Meridian, or I didn't spray my clothes down either. I'm leaving my ice axe outside my tent for now. I don't trust it inside my tent. That end is pointy. That end is pointy. I do not want it ripping anything in my tent. The floor, the mesh, the walls. But I also am well aware I'm leaving a murder weapon right outside my tent. And all I have, just dropped it, is this little neck knife. I don't know. I should leave the neck knife outside the tent and keep the ice axe inside the tent. But I have a sheath for this.